Hello, you're here for the second instalment of the At the Gadget Show series. It's the new 2011 Gadget Show, and we've got Trent, who's going to be bringing you the latest from the games, such as Duke Nukem, Gears 3, such and such. I'm going to be bringing you segues from the test track, and also quick-fire questions with Jason Bradbury and Pollyanna Woodward.
Alright, this is Trent Pyro for Staley Media. We're here at the Gadget Show live again, and we're here at one of the stands that's near the door. This is the bathomatic.com stand, and seen that on the Gadget Show. If you've been watching the Gadget Show, you should have seen it. Got some very interesting bath-related products, and we're going to find out more about it. So what exactly is the Bathomatic?
Well, the company is Unique Automation, but our key product is Bathomatic. Bathomatic draws the perfect bath every time you need a bath. So from your iPad, from your iPhone, when you're away, when you're at home, you can run a bath. And over here we have the ultimate bath, which is fitted with Bathomatic. It has chromatherapy, which is light color control. We have aromatherapy, which is perfumes and bubbles and so on. So you get a perfect bath, maintain at perfect temperature with bubbles. You submerge in the bath, you enjoy the aromas, etc. Then you can get the TV up. So the TV comes, you can watch IPTV, you can do your Facebook, social network activities, etc. And in case you get thirsty, because you can get stuck for a long time with these sort of activities, there is a champagne chiller as well.
Fantastic. And it can be fitted to your current bath. You don't have to get a new bath, do you?
Bathomatic can be fitted to any bathtub, but I was just making reference to our key product, which is Bathomatic Butler, which is over there. But Bathomatic can be fitted to any bath. It doesn't matter if it's metal, if it's plastic, or if it's wooden. So anything that can hold water can be fitted with Bathomatic.
Fantastic. And how much would it set you back, the sort of basic model?
About £5,000.
£5,000? Okay, so maybe for the more kind of affluent of people. Thank you very much for that, that's fantastic.
I'm in the queue to ride a Segway. I'm going to do it Joe Bluth from Arrested Development style, so see how it goes. I've never ridden one before, but I've heard you can't fall off and they're fairly easy to learn, so yeah, we'll see how it goes really. I'm fairly nervous. That was a surreal experience. Basically, the more you relax, the faster it goes and the easier it is to control. If you really tense up and push, it sort of does a sort of weird thrusting movement. But if you really relax and just aimlessly just drive, like I was around the corners, just happy, then it sort of just glides and you go with it. It's really odd. And if it ever makes it to the UK road legal, I'll probably be getting one.
Looks like Gears 2 to me. So you just see me dicking around with a fantastic little crossbow thing. What is it and what's its purpose?
Oh, come on, the purpose is to have fun with it. You've just had fun, it's put a smile on your face. So, you know, it's a fun product. It's a gadget, it's a toy, it's whatever you want it to be.
So is it aimed at children or adults or both, or?
No, the main market for us is big boys toys, but it is certified as a toy for 6+ upwards. So it's got the certification for young people to have fun with it, but also, yeah, guys love it, girls love it. It's really safe. Fun.
So when I was playing about with it a little bit, you sort of have the wire here.
Yeah.
Does the tension come from the wire, or does it come from this bit here?
This is called the rod. It's metal, and the tension comes from. You can see the bend in it, so the tension actually comes from that prod. So it's all been tensioned in a way to give you the energy behind the string that puts it through the sucker dart, and then the sucker dart will then be projected. So it's a projectile toy.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
A year's passed. I'm back with Jason Bradbury for a quick fire quiz.
Nice, let's do it.
Well, first of all, I've got 2 basic questions and then the quick fire. So first question is, well, we've been asked, how do you actually go about writing your .robot books?
I've got a shed, and I've got a really kind of over-the-top 3-screen computer setup, and I come up with an idea, like, for example, I wanted to create a karate kicking robot, like a karate robot. And so I start looking at like different types of karate, different moves, and on Wikipedia and Google, and then I bring all the pages up on the various monitors, and then on the final monitor I'll have like Word, and I'll start taking notes in Word and keeping all the notes there, and I sort of do a sort of multi-screen research period for about 2 months, where I build up a synopsis, a sort of very detailed breakdown of the storyline. And then, weirdly, for the 3rd book, I then went off with my iPad and I write the whole thing on the iPad, which is
do that?
strange. Yeah, using a Bluetooth keyboard because I needed to be able to type properly. But I actually wrote the 3rd book entirely on the iPad, although I did the research stage, as I say, on the multi-screen and stuff. And the reason for that is that I think there's a robot coming on.
I think it's Titan.
Yeah, I think so. I did that on the iPad, so there's a robot coming on, and it's far more interesting than I am.
What is your favourite game of all time, and why?
Ah, wow. Favourite game of all time?
Mine's Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, mine's nothing even vaguely as recent as that. God, do you know what? I don't know. Is it Counter-Strike? Is it Half-Life 2? I weirdly preferred Half-Life 2 to Half-Life. Maybe Halo, the original Halo. God, it's really hard.
It is the hardest question we've got in the whole interview.
It's Counter-Strike.
Source or Counter-Strike?
The original Counter-Strike, because it defined the generation of professional gamers and first-person shooters. I mean, if you talk about the multiplayer experience in something like Halo or any of the major blockbuster titles, or even Modern Warfare 2, you have to reference Counter-Strike and that kind of balance of loadout and the architecture of the maps, the way that just getting the angles just right so that you can say snipe or attack, but not do it, with omnipotence. That really interesting puzzle chess-like balance of architecture and loadout. That's what they got right, and they revolutionised gaming forever with that. And it's based on the Half-Life engine, which is gaming royalty, isn't it?
No delay between the question and the answer. You ready for this? Okay. Yeah. Xbox or PS3?
Xbox.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Alien or Predator?
Predator.
Was Avatar actually really that good?
Nah.
Favourite Gadget Show challenge?
A Kung Fu robot where I had to learn Kung Fu and fight it.
Susie or Polly?
I can't win. But Susie's more scary, so Susie.
Mac or PC?
Are you talking about me?
Nothing.
No?
I chose you, it's all good. Mac.
And a fun fact about yourself?
I wear a sock down the front of my mankini.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, thanks
you,
very much for that.
Have you ever been watching something on your laptop, like a film you've downloaded or a YouTube video, and thought, it's small screen, I don't like it, I can't do it, I want to watch it on my TV? Well, now there's a solution to that, and it's called V-Beam, and here's Dennis to tell us what it actually is. So what is V-Beam?
Right, well, V-Beam is a product that allows you to get video or any content that you've got on your PC today over to your TV. So it's all, as you said, it's being driven by the fact that all the content's kind of going over to the internet. People are watching more and more of their video through iPlayer, through 4OD, things like that, YouTube, etc. But people are enjoying that on their PC. That's a very personal experience, and there's no real easy way to get that over to your TV to turn it into a social experience. That's what this product's about. It's a wireless product, so you don't have to worry about cables or anything. It's tuned to get very high quality video very consistently high quality video, and it allows you to put it back up on the big screen so that the whole family can enjoy it. You can watch anything that you can get on the internet the way you're used to getting to it, and then you can show it to the rest of the family.
And it doesn't matter what internet speed you've got, because it doesn't go on your Wi-Fi or anything like that, does it?
No, it uses a very different technology, so it's very separate to Wi-Fi. For example, at this show, there's hundreds of Wi-Fi going around. Normally that would cripple your Wi-Fi. This is based around a technology called wireless USB. It gets very high throughput. It's meant to be an in-room technology, so within that room you can get very, very consistently good video quality. It won't affect your Wi-Fi connection, won't affect your baby monitor or anything.
So what's the sort of latency and what's the sort of data rate that you can get streaming from the laptop to the TV?
The data rate of wireless USB supports is 250 megabits per second. So in that room, yeah, we've got plenty of throughput, and that gives us more than enough for video and gives us a lot of link margin so we can deal with the realities of the world. Yeah, so within that room you'll get more throughput than you need.
What about gaming? Is there any kind of lag or latency for gaming?
The product as it's built now is very much tuned for motion video, so it's very much for watching internet videos and stuff like that. We didn't really design it with latencies in mind, particularly for gamers where the latencies are pretty demanding. The product right now has about a 1 second latency in it, so that's for us to deal with the video and make sure we got buffering to give you a consistent experience. We're looking at where we can go in the gaming domain into the future, but no specific plans at the moment.
And how much would V-Beam set you back?
V-Beam normally set you back $149. You can get it on Amazon or from our website direct at the moment, but we're doing a show special today. You can take one away for £99.
Awesome, well you've heard it here first. V-Beam is the future of streaming stuff from your laptop to your TV. HD, all nice and beautiful. Thank you, Dennis.
All right, thank you.
Fantastic.
We're here at the iRobot stand. Now, it's not autonomous killing robots like the film, it's actually autonomous cleaning robots. And here we are with someone who's going to explain to us what an iRobot is.
Hi there. We have basically here a Roomba vacuum cleaning robot, and what it'll allow you to do is to have your room vacuumed while you're not even there, to be honest. So it'll basically map the room out. It will go from its docking station, will map the room out. We'll go around the room, clean all the areas that it can do, under furniture, under tables, under chairs, along the skirting board, across the room, on average up to 3 times the same piece of carpet covered, and then go back to its docking station when it's finished.
Okay, so how does it actually work? What's the technology behind it?
Okay, the technology behind it's called iAdapt. It's a trademarked piece of technology that we have. The software in there basically has got allows the robot to send out sensors 67 times a second from the front of the robot that allows it to understand what's in front of it. Okay. And then also it has sensors underneath here and here to stop it preventing from falling down the stairs. So the robot will go around the room, take into account what's around it, and adapt to the situation that it is. And as I said, it'll cover the floor on average 3 times.
I've just seen it's got a schedule and a clock button. Does that mean you can time it to clean your house at a certain time?
Yes, indeed, you can with this particular model. You set the date and the time when you get the product, and then you can schedule it for once a day up to 7 days a week.
Do you reckon it's going to put mums out of business?
Put mums out of business? No, not at all. Well, who's going to do the washing and the ironing?
Ooh. So what's it like going around corners and picking up the dirt in the corners?
Okay, well, it is obviously with a square corner or a square 90-degree corner with a round product. It's not easy. But what you do have is you have the side brushes here that will capture some of the dirt that's in the corner.
Right, so it is pretty thorough then. So you might have to do just a once over with a normal vacuum then.
Yes, I think depending on what your lifestyle is and the type of house that you have. For a lot of people, this is a product which will maintain the cleanliness of your house, and then maybe once a month, once every 2 months, you get the big vacuum cleaner out. For some people that have got, say, studio apartments or 1-bedroom apartments, it's their total cleaning solution.
Well, there you go. What you can do is buy an iRobot, set it to vacuum your house while you're at work, come home, lovely clean house, no worry about vacuuming. This is me disappearing somewhere else.
Paintball has been a pastime of lots of people for a long time. It's very, very popular, and we're here at the National Paintball Field stand, which is based in Bassett's Pole, is that how you pronounce it?
That's correct, yeah.
And by the looks of the hardware on display, if you're really serious about your paintball, this is where you want to go. So here's Ricky to tell us basically about the system. So what kind of sort of, is it, I suppose it's not just basic paintball, is it? It's a little bit more advanced than that.
No, not at all, no. Obviously it's a lot more advanced than that. Obviously, as you can see on the stand there, obviously we've got the Angel Arc guns and obviously the SBs, which they're very, very popular. You know, they're capable of firing like 31 balls in 1 second, which is absolutely awesome. We've also got the Tiberius on the stand there, will actually fire the first strike. You know, 1 shot, 1 kill with those sort of weapons. You know, very, very popular with a lot of people. But obviously the main thing is obviously we're here as well to obviously promote our site, the National Paintball Fields, what's at the Bassett's Pole. We've been operated now for like 24 years, and we're obviously the biggest site in Europe.
Some of the earlier on we were looking at some of the guns, and there's a little digital display on the handle that allows you to choose how many paintballs a minute you shoot and what rate of fire. Just give us a little bit of an explanation about how it works and kind of how it's implemented.
Yeah, basically all the Angel markers are all electronic. You've got everything, all the accessories that you actually need is basically inside that gun there. You know, you can get like all different types of shot. I'm actually stumbling on my words here, aren't I? You know, don't put this one in. Obviously, with the Angels, like I say, it's all digital display. I can actually show you one if you would like me to bring one over.
Okay, yeah, sure.
The Angel marker here, as you can see, we can put any sort of graphic designs on there. As you can see, this one's got the Spider-Man on here. Obviously, like you say, it's all electronic. LCD screen there. Yeah. That's right, yeah.
So it won't, like, if you
no,
fall over or
inside there,
bashed.
obviously, you've got this circuit board, and obviously, you can set it to whatever balls per second that you want. At the moment, we've got this one set at 25 balls per second. So all you need to do is just hold your finger on the trigger, and away it goes.
And those clicks are the rate of fire that you'll be firing them out?
Yes, that's correct.
So basically, you can lay down a lot of fire in a short space of time?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, yeah. If you're going to get shot once, you know you've got another 24 coming at you.
It was earlier we were looking at some of the sort of bigger and more sort of traditional looking weapons over there. Can we just pop in and you could just give us a little bit of explanation of these ones?
This is like the SB. This is the SB sort of Angel marker that we actually do, but we've also got the Arc as well. It's got the same sort of circuit board in there. This is more like a bit of a field gun. It's the same sort, it's all electronic. Basically, LCD screen once again for you, and once again you can go through all the programs to do with all the different settings on there.
It's got proper shoulder stock.
Yeah, you've got the stock on there as well. You can attach your remote hose onto that, so obviously you can have the bottle so it can attach into the back of you instead of actually having the bottle actually attached to the gun like you're seeing on the first gun that I showed you. Obviously you can attach all different sorts of attachments to that as well.
What about this one down here?
These are the laser guns. Very, very popular at the moment. What we've got, we do the laser guns from the age of 8 upwards, which they're all electronic once again. To turn them on. There we go. Obviously, it tells you everything you need to know on there. At the moment, it's going to come on. You've got you've got 10 actually lives. You've got 10 lives on it, and obviously you've got like a 30 round shot in the cartridge. You've also got, if you're getting a bit of a dodgy situation when you're out there, you've got like a little bit of a rocket launcher. It's all sound activated as well.
All right, very good.
So obviously you give the sound activator, you put the rocket launcher in there, and there you go.
Awesome.
And that's just taken 2 lives off the opposition.
Brilliant. So it's sort of it's an alternative to paintball if you've got young kids or if you don't fancy getting battered with paintballs.
Definitely so, yes. Definitely so.
Awesome. And just finally, that giant one there with the massive magazine.
Well, these are like different sort of upgrade markers that we actually do at our paintball venue itself. Which is, let's just put these down here so they don't. Which is like, it's an A5. It's an A5 marker, but it's an upgraded marker what people can actually purchase on the day. It just gives them that little bit extra. You know, they if somebody wants to go out there thinking they're a bit of a Rambo, you know, this is the gun for them basically. Obviously, it's got the load that goes onto there. You've got like 200 shots in it, and all I need to do is just keep pulling the trigger, and away they go.
Awesome. Right, so anything you'd like to say to the camera? Any sort of like promotional words about your website or events or anything?
Yeah, basically, you know, we've obviously, like I've already said, we're the biggest site in Europe. Obviously, the National Paintball Fields is the place to be. And obviously, if anybody out there who's interested in paintball, you're more than welcome to obviously log on to the paintball site, which is there, look, www.mpfpassagebowl.com.
Awesome. Cheers, Ricky. Thank you very much for your help.
I'm here at the University of Warwick stand, and we're going to be looking at 3D projection and modelling and printing. Actually, tell us a bit more about the software that you've got going and the hardware.
What we're doing here is demonstrating how we can get a physical object and then scan it and then have a 3D photograph effectively in the computer that we can then use, you know, as we see fit.
So how does the laser work exactly? Is it one big scan or is it lots of different?
Well, as Alex is so ably demonstrating here, you can see the laser scanner putting a stripe over the object. What that is doing is firing 80,000 points a second, so it collects all those millions of individual points that then we can then use to create a 3D model in the computer of the product that we're trying to scan.
So it's kind of a reverse of production then. Instead of having a 3D model, you get the real product and make it 3D.
Absolutely. Traditional design is you design something in the computer and then you go to physical, you manufacture it. What we're demonstrating here is reverse engineering, where we get a physical product. It could be a one-off. We're demonstrating here a one-off Formula One nose cone. We can then capture that and then put that into the computer. We can use it for simulation or visualization, or even go to 3D printing and actually manufacture the components again.
And can all these models be exported into other 3D packages for game modelling or even filmmaking or whatever?
Absolutely. Once you've got a 3D model, you can do all sorts of things: like visualization, gaming, manufacturing. You know, once you've got that, you can import into whatever you like. You're very free to do what you want with it.
So, would we be able to do a 3D scan of my left hand?
I'm sure that's nicely we can do.
Let's see if we can get this done.
So what we can see here is scanning a human hand. Now you can see the stripe, the laser scanner moving over the hand. Now this reminds me of a similar project we've just done for a surgeon at Walsgrave Hospital. Now they were doing they required an exact replica of the surgeon's hand because they were custom making some special gloves for the operation because there was some radiation involved. The hand had to be protected during the operation. So we did a similar project to this, scan the hand, and they custom made an exact fitting glove that protected the surgeon's hand. So
explain to me exactly what's going on with the laser. What is the laser doing as it scans its hand?
Well, what it's doing is the laser is casting light on the object and actually reflecting back to 80,000 points a second. So that what you see on the screen are millions of individual points in space which are defining that object. What we'll do then is take that model and then create a surface. So then that will go into the computer and we can do all sorts of things that, such as in this case, we took the mould of the hand and then manufactured some special gloves for the surgeon. So.
Fantastic.
Now, if you zoom in, you'll be able to see all the individual pores and the hairs, and that's how accurate. So you can see there, you can see all this, obviously we take more time. In reality, we do a lot more scans and a bit. I think
that's amazing. That scan took what, a minute?
Yeah.
Maybe, and it's got that much fidelity.
You can see we've done it before. You can see the individual pores in the hand, the hairs and hair follicles. It's
the fact that it's fully 3D. You can just move around it as if it was really there. That's amazing.
But obviously, you need to keep perfectly skilled because the resolution that you're affected by live. But no, you can see the potential of technology here.
Definitely.
Well, this was the previous scan they did of what looks like a race car of some sort. And as you can see down here, the printer's actually printing it in 3D space. Now, I never thought I'd say a printer would print an object, but here it is in the flesh. And say if we exported my hand, we'd print off my hand from here, which is pretty decent. I have a copy of my hand. Well, that was the University of Warwick.
I'm back, baby.
Right, we're here in the 18 plus gaming stand at the back of the game zone at the Gadget Show, and I've just been playing Duke Nukem Forever. Now unfortunately we're not really allowed to film it, so I can't really show you any footage of it, but I can talk to you about it. Essentially it's still got the humour of the original game, and it's got a lot of elements of Duke Nukem 3D in it, which I remember very fondly. It feels like a sort of a more modern FPS. It's got the zoom on the left trigger like you used to, and all kinds of stuff like that. But it's also got the trademark Duke stuff, like, you know, you can just smack the shit out of everything with your fists. And the first level is apparently the last level from Duke Nukem 3D, which is, I think, a pretty good idea. So obviously fans of that are going to be really happy. It's a great looking game. It does look lush. I think close to sort of Crisis 2 is probably the only comparison I can make right now. It looks like it's been well worth waiting for.
A year's passed since the last Gadget Show Live, and since then we've had a new presenter join the crew. So what was it attracted you to the Gadget Show, and you know, how does it differ from other jobs?
Oh my word, well, it's a massive difference. For a start, I've always been a tomboy. I've always kind of been into cars and been into my gadgets, and I actually really love the Gadget Show and kind of went through a phase when it first started and make sure I watched it religiously. And it was just one of those jobs I thought, you know what, I'd love to do that. It's something that I could see myself doing. I know I'd enjoy it, and it just looked amazing, and what I get to play with and the stuff I get to use is fantastic. So yeah, it was kind of just a natural progression. The fact it's completely different to anything I've ever done. I mean, for a start, I work with Jace and Susie and Otis and John, which is completely unique in itself. And again, this is just one of the most innovative, most exciting shows. There's always something new, and it's always moving on, and you're constantly learning, and I love absorbing the information that I get and the tech I get to play with. It's like, wow, this seriously could change, and I know it sounds quite dramatic, but this seriously could change the world and certain groups of people within the world, and you just think, I'm involved in something that is actually seriously amazing, and that's a great feeling.
Right, okay. And what's it feel like to be the newest presenter? Because last year it was Otis. So.
I know it was. It's quite weird because I've been doing it for a year, because I was actually in the audience at Gadget Show Live last year, because it was tentatively known that I was about to become the next presenter, so I was kind of just sat there waiting for the papers to be signed. So it's quite exciting. So it kind of doesn't feel like I'm that new anymore, because I've been, well, this is like my second series, and we're nearly at the end of filming it as well. But it's great. These guys have kind of made me feel like I'm really part of the team from the get-go. So it's almost like whenever I see these guys and we've had like a 2-week break, I get back and it's like I see my family. It's like, what have you all been up to? So it's quite weird. I don't really feel like I'm that new anymore, which is quite funny. But I've got a feeling when I go out there and kind of I do all the autographs and things like that, and actually get to meet like the fans and like my followers, I'm looking forward to that. And that, I think, will make me feel like I'm new, because obviously these guys haven't seen me before. So I'm really looking forward to that.
We don't want any delay between me asking the question and you giving the answer, so...
Oh dear, this could be dangerous.
It could, right. Xbox or PS3?
Xbox.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Alien or Predator?
Predator.
Was Avatar actually any good?
Yes.
Is 3D worth the hype?
No.
Favourite Gadget Show challenge?
Bungee jump.
Jason, John or Otis?
Jason.
Mac or PC?
PC.
And fun fact about yourself?
Oh my god, I love Xbox Connect and actually dance to it in my living room with the curtains closed on my own. A lot.
Right. And my challenge was actually set by a friend of mine to actually try and get a kiss on the cheek from you.
Mwah! There we go. Was that good enough?
No, I think you should do it again.
There we go. So he's won 2 challenges now.
That's me signing out now.